do have time to talk a little bit more, and to me, one of the most important things about your program is how to garner more support, more donations, more volunteerism. So, what are the different ways? Let's start with volunteerism, and potentially with some other creative ideas for donations. But if somebody wants to volunteer, what are the different ways that they can get involved?
A lot of our volunteers, so here's a great way to volunteer that helps do both raise dollars and raise those funds so that it can be no cost to our participant. We have many volunteer groups who are just naming us as their charity of choice.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a pancake breakfast, and we get the proceeds. We have a wonderful partnership with the Arizona Federal Credit Union, who will do a golf tournament for us in late November, and we'll be the recipient. So sometimes, just as a volunteer group, you're like, I'm just going to do that, and they're going to be my charity of choice. They're going to be my designee.
Sure.
Sometimes we have opportunities, as I said, with the teen program. We have lots of in-kind donations we need to secure, and come volunteer, come be part of that. Oftentimes we have volunteer needs that really range from helping us we're just putting on an HR conference on for HR professionals, human resource professionals.
Idea.
That's how to deal when cancer enters the workplace.
Sure.
So how do you take care of somebody? So we'll give our perspectives, and then we have some other specialists who'll give their perspectives. So there are always needs for volunteers in an organization like the Wellness Community. So call us 602-712-1006. We'll take your name and we'll find the right spot.
Is it okay if I give the address out as well?
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
So if you're in Phoenix and you want to go by and take a look at the center, it's beautifully landscaped. It's set back from the street. It's really, really nice the way they've done it. But it's 360 East Palm Lane. There in Phoenix, and so that approximate cross streets on that is obviously 3rd Street and
7th Street.
Between 3rd and 7th.
Yes.
And the other major east-west cross street.
It's just north of McDowell.
McDowell,
Would be the major.
that's the street I was looking for, is McDowell. So if you're in that area, stop by, ask, because obviously it's kind of hard. Everybody's got a little bit different talents. So if you drop by, get a tour of the center and see what calls to you, and maybe they need yoga instructors or somebody who can teach arts and crafts that might have a special skill set. Maybe you have thoroughbred stables and equine therapy could be they can do field trips. I'm making stuff up, but whatever the case might be.
Yes. We would say yes.
Maybe I got too creative there, but definitely we appreciate you coming on the show, and this is something that's just important to me for two reasons. One is that cancer is something that I actually didn't realize how many inroads were actually being made, and that also the more education that you can get. Obviously, if you have a loved one who's in particular DNA related to you, you can actually learn steps to become more healthy. So in other words, prevention. And what I would like to end with, even though I didn't get permission from them, nor I'm hoping I'm not violating Tim McGraw's copyright, but basically just the song where he talks about live like you were dying. When he found out he's diagnosed with cancer, at that point he put together his bucket list and decided to go out there and jump out of planes and hot air balloon rides and climb all kinds of mountains. Well, it's a little bit harder to do that when you're maybe not feeling as well, don't have as much energy. So do that now. Live life to its fullest, and you'll find that if you take all the different areas of your life, whether it's physical, mental, social, emotional, and live that holistic life, and have that those physical aspects there, taking care of yourself, eating well nutritionally. I don't know what your opinion is of pH balancing, but just make sure that your body is as balanced as possible and all the different aspects together. That's probably the best way to deal with cancer, is to do everything you can to not get it in the first place.
Absolutely.
So if I could send that message out, thanks for tuning in here on Voice America. This is Kurt Wilhelm, the host of the Social Universe here on Voice America. And I want to say thanks both to Vicki, who's the Executive Director, and Matt, who is the Development Director at the Wellness Community. Again, to be found at www.twccaz.org. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll talk to all of our listeners later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.